I was thinking about how your environment it is so important for your growth and for where you want to go in life. It's who you surround yourself with, where you live, your home life, all those things, your work environment. These things play so much into what we are able to do for ourselves, or like what we're able to accomplish and where we're able to succeed and where we're not able to succeed. So then I started thinking about how, like, as kids, we don't have a choice of what our environment is. We don't get to choose that. So then I started thinking deeper, and I started to get this visual of a planter and like us humans as plants being planted in a certain planter, not of our choice, but of God's choice as babies and children. So no matter how dysfunctional our childhoods were, or the environments we were in were, or traumatic, God still saw fit that for us, that was the right planter to be in. For whatever reason, for our growth and for our future selves and who we grow into. It was a reflection of the things that we are meant to overcome and conquer in this life and master. With all that being said, going from not having a choice to then becoming a sovereign adult, being able to choose our environments and being able to choose who we surround ourselves with, who we don't surround ourselves with. We then still choose planters that don't serve our highest good. So we will beat ourselves up thinking that we're so dumb, we're so stupid. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many times you choose the same type of planter. You need that planter. Because that's where you're at. That's where your growth process is. You're going to choose what you need. When you know better, most of the time you do better. Most of the time. If you're really somebody who values self-growth and you want to prosper. You want that for yourself and you're dedicated to that. So if you have certain goals in your life, even such as weight loss, something such as that, but you live in an environment or you surround yourself with people who dysregulate your nervous system, which we hear that a lot. But what that really is you are constantly in fight or flight, or you're constantly on the go. You are not in a state of peace and regulation. Therefore, you're going to choose things that are based on stress response. Basically, wherever that fits in your life, if this really applies to you, where you feel like you don't understand why you are not able to get ahead, or why you're not able to kind of have the energy to do certain things, take a look at your environment. Take a look at the people that you spend the most time talking to and communing with, and take a look at your job and your workplace. Take a look at your surroundings. Where can you make changes, or even just test the changes? Where can you really, and this isn't to take off the accountability of self, but it also is just, again, if you are somebody who is dedicated to self-growth and you know yourself and you just feel like for some reason you're not getting ahead and you don't understand why, then you're somebody who can take accountability. Then take a look at your surroundings. This is that message. Take a look at where your energy is going. We need to have accountability for the planter we are placing ourselves in, now that we are sovereign, now that we are able to make our own decisions and choices. And so is the planter you're planting yourself in, which could be riddled with belief systems, thought patterns, habits, just places where you just feel weak, you feel like you are not strong enough in order to conquer it, or you just don't simply want to. And that's a choice. So whatever choice of the planter you are choosing to be in, but you want something for yourself that's outside of this planter, that you have to go into a different type of planter to achieve, then this is that message to, again, take a look. Take a look at yourself and the planter within your, like what you got going on, your surroundings in you and around